Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Wednesday, November 4th, 2015, around 7:45 in the evening, Billerica, Massachusetts. It's Happy National Candy Day, so hopefully you had a lot of candy today, maybe left over from Halloween. It's official. Singers Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani are an item. They're officially dating, so that's no surprise there. They've been rumored to be dating for months, and it's now official. And that's about it on the news. One little tidbit before I go to my third and final video blog of the night. This is a beautiful stretch of weather we're having for November. When I went out this afternoon, just before sunset, which the sunsets are getting earlier and earlier, but like a very nice sunset and beautiful sunsets, I've heard the crickets chirp. Don't hear too much of the crickets chirp, especially in November and stuff. But that's good, though. They're still chirping, and maybe they'll be chirping more often this month because it's supposed to be warmer than average. We'll take it because sooner or later, this is serious cold and the serious snow will be coming. Hopefully, we don't get hit with the serious snow until maybe late February and stuff, early March. And that's about it on that. My third and final video blog subject of the night is my personality profile. Tonight's personality profile is probably the best sports play-by-play announcer in Boston sports history. I'm talking about Johnny Most. Johnny was the Celtics play-by-play announcer for 37 years. He was a announcer ever. He always would root for the Celtics on air, and he would despise some of the players on the other teams, especially if they did a Latin play to a Celtics play and stuff like that. And Johnny was born and he grew up in New York City. He was Jewish, and he went to DeWitt Clinton High School in the Bronx, New York, and stuff. He served in the United States Air Force during World War II. He flew a lot of missions and stuff, and he won 7 medals for his work in World War II. He served the country pretty good and stuff. After the war ended, Johnny became a broadcaster. He started a broadcasting career. His career started in the late 40s as a protege of the famous New York sportscaster Marty Glickman. And he called New York Giants football games and some Knicks games in the late 40s and early 50s. But Johnny got his break in 1953 when the Boston Celtics were looking for a new radio announcer. The previous radio announcer, Kirk Gowdy, left, and Brett Auerbach was searching the nation for a Celtics play-by-play voice on the radio, and he picked Johnny Most. Johnny Most was the Celtics play-by-play announcer on the radio for 37 years. In those 37 years, Johnny Most was one of the best announcers of all time for basketball. He was such a homer and stuff like that. He called 16 world championships of the Boston Celtics. Some of his famous quotes was, "High above courtside here at the Boston Garden" and stuff. Johnny Most had a gravel voice, which was very recognizable and stuff. And he did a lot of commercials and ads for Boston television for years and years. Like his radio broadcasts were on flagship stations: WHDH AM 850, WBZ AM 1030, WRKO AM 680, and WEEI 590. Some of the people he worked with, like his color man, were not ex-players. They were like announcers just making their debut, including Bob Lobel and Jim Pansulo and Glenn Ordway and stuff. And some of the famous quotes that Johnny called over the years is, "Oh, Havlicek throws the ball," and Henderson stole the ball, and Larry Bird stole the ball, and stuff like that. And Johnny was a heavy smoker, and in the early 1980s he had a stroke, so he had to change his style and stuff, and he continued to be with the Celtics for years and stuff like that. And also Johnny did some other things for Boston sports. He substituted a couple of times for Bruins games on the radio for Bob Wilson when he wasn't feeling good, and he hosted the Red Sox scorecard show on WHDH-TV for about 15 years. And he also was a track announcer for stock car racing in the 60s for Norwood Arena Stock, which is no longer in existence and stuff. He also hosted a talk show on the old WROL 950 in Boston in the early 1970s. And he also was like a horse race announcer for Flemington, Connecticut racetrack in 1978. By the late 1980s, Johnny Mose's health was deteriorating and stuff by years of smoking and stuff. He quit after having a stroke, but his voice was very weak and stuff, and he was also suffering from diabetes and other ailments. He retired at the end of the 1989-90 season. The Boston Celtics honored him by putting a microphone on high above courtside in the press box at the Boston Garden in December of 1990. The last couple of years of Johnny Mose's life was tough. He lost both his legs due to diabetes and stuff. He spent his last months in a wheelchair and stuff, but he got time to host a Celtics time capsule show on a radio station in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Johnny Mose won the 1992 Kirk Gowdy Media Award for the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame, and Johnny Mose passed away in 1993 at the age of 69, and in 2003 his unpublished autobiography his unpublished autobiography was finally published by Sports Publishing Corporation, which went out of business. He wrote it it was written up to 1988 when his health was declining and stuff. It was actually finished up by one of his sons, Jamie Most, and it was a good book and stuff like that. And Johnny Mose's voice is still legendary and stuff, and still they show highlights of his stuff on the radio and stuff, like when they introduced Celtics games on 98.5 The Sports Hub. And that's about it on Johnny Most. And that's about it on these Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter video blogs for tonight. Tomorrow, I will be back again with 3 more video blogs. First video blog will be about the top 10 ESPN sports play-by-play announcers of all time. Second video blog of the day about the NFL blackout rules. And the third and final video blog of the night will be the personality profile. It will be about Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher and current Atlanta Braves color man on the radio, Don Sutton, and more great stuff coming in days, weeks, months, years, decades, millenniums ahead. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Rosenblatt of Fox 35 Rocks and has nice legs. Amy Swansea, which too is so stunning. Elizabeth Hutz is a very cute blonde with awesome legs. And in the words of Dr. Thomas Sharkey, this action will not be tolerated at BMHS. Goodbye, everybody. See you tomorrow.